Okay, so now what are you gonna do, Joe? Well, I'm gonna fish my tape up in there to where the joist is. Okay, that's 14 inches to the center of there. And another 6, that's 20. So that's probably 2 foot on center. See, there's a joist right here, like I thought. And if you tap, you can tell where a piece of wood is. If you don't have a stud finder, let's say. There it is. See? There it is right there. That's a little tip for you. Okay, you know what? I think I'm gonna have to get a ladder up in there. And the next thing I want to check is how tall that joist is. And it looks like it's going to be a 2x6. I can get up there. I'll have to bring my ladder in. I was hoping to do this with a little 2-foot step stool, but I can tell that's not going to happen. I'm going to have to get my ladder in and check that out. I want to see if those are 2x6 ceiling joists or 2x4 ceiling joists. It's really not going to matter too much one way or another. But you see, we're only going from left to right by, what is this room? 6 feet wide? Could even be 5. Might even be only 5 feet wide. Okay, 5 feet wide. Okay, and what I'm gonna end up doing, cause see, the joist is right in my way, right? I've got a joist right here. You need to follow this through. Am I wasting my breath? Hopefully I'm not. Here's the joist here. I want to get over this way further, okay? I don't want to patch the ceiling. So how am I going to get across here? Well, I think what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to get a long drill, flexi bit, and I'm going to reach up in here with the bit this way, and I'm going to drill through this joist. Just a small hole, maybe 1/2 inch, and then I can go over to the next joist. And that's when I'm going to put my box on it, and it's a little pancake box, and it has to be screwed right onto another joist. Okay? You'll see. And generally, you're not supposed to drill through ceiling joists, roof joists. You know, this is not a roof joist. It's a ceiling joist. It's only designed to hold up to sheetrock. And even if there was a floor up there, there is a floor up there, but people don't walk up there. You crawl up there and they use it for storage and stuff like that. Well, if you drill one little hole there, it's not really going to hurt the joist, even if it was a 2x4 ceiling joist, because it's only a 1/2 inch hole. And by code, you're really not supposed to drill through joists, because if that joist was, 16 feet long, 12 feet long, and you start drilling 3/4 inch holes in it, boom, 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 like a piece of cheese or something, Swiss cheese or something, you know, that weakens your floor joist, your roof joist, and all that. Well, but because this room is so short, one little hole is not going to hurt anything, in my estimation. Okay? That's what my plan is. Now see, here's the other thing you got to realize too. When I get ready to put that cut-in box, or hey, box, I'm calling it cut-in box, I'm not trying to throw you off here. When I put a new box in, I can't get up in there, but I do not want to put a plastic cut-in box with just the ears that are holding onto the sheetrock, because that is really not designed or meant for a ceiling fan. Even though this is a small type of ceiling fan, I don't want to do it that way. Okay? So if there was an attic up there, I could put some blocks in there. I could cut the hole exactly where I want. It doesn't have to be on a joist or anything. If I could get up in the attic, put some blocks, screw the box up in there, and attach it properly and all that. But because I can't get up there, it's like, Joe, what on earth are you going to do to support this? Okay, so I've got 5 inches to the joist, and so I know the ceiling joist is there, and now, because this one's 24 inch on center, the next one has to be 24 inch on center, so I'm going to have to come all the way over to the next joist, and that's actually pretty good. That's about the center of the room. And I'm going to put a pan It's called a pancake box, and it's designed for a ceiling fan. I'll show you that in a minute. And I'm going to screw that. I'm going to have to cut the sheetrock out, let it overhang a little bit to get the wire in there. Okay? But, and then I can screw it straight up to the next ceiling joist. You see? Is it coming together? Let me show you that pancake box and see what I mean. Kaboom! This is what I'm going to put up here. That's called a pancake box. See how thin it is? It's not very thick, is it? And it's designed to go right up there, and I'm going to have to cut the sheetrock out right over the top of the joist, and then I can screw it right into the joist up here. It was kind of slick. They even gave me some little mounting screws. See? And that's going right up into wood. So I'm going to go up like that. That's going to screw right up to the ceiling joist. And here's the knockouts. And they also gave me something else which I thought was kind of cool this time. See that? It's a little, I'm going to knock one of these out wherever I position that. See, the joist is going to go across here, and I'm going to have this off to the side, and then I'll have to knock one of these out. I'll have to decide which one to knock out, and then you push this up in there. Okay, then when you fish the wire down, let's see, it's probably going to be pushed up that way. Okay, whatever. When you push the wire through there, that little goodie kind of grabs onto the wire, so I guess it's going to have to go up that way. The wire is going to come up into the box, and then that's going to put pressure on. It's going to hold it. Because last time I put a pancake box in, it was years ago, and somebody caught me, and they said, "Hey Joe, you knocked a knockout." These are called knockouts. He said, "You took a knockout out and you didn't put an approved connector up there." Well, at the time they didn't have these little goodies like that. They had little Romex connectors. This is what I call a Romex connector. Okay, and in the old days you used to have threads on this side, and then you would take one of these out, and then you pop this in like that, tighten up the nut, and then you've got these screws. See how it clamps down on your wire? And then you would screw these up, put the wire through there, and then clamp that up tight. Well, I can't do that up in the ceiling, can I? Because there's no attic up there. So what I was going to do is take a knockout out, and I was going to put this in upside down so it's inside the box. Push it up in there like that. And on this one, it's kind of slick nowadays. See, there's just a little collar. There's little nibs on there. See the nibs right there? And you push that up hard, hold your mouth just right, and push as hard as you can, and it snaps up into there. So I could have done that, pulled that out, fished the wire down through there, clamp this, tighten it up on the inside. That would have worked. Because then with when the ceiling fan, it all fits on there. That would not have messed up anything. Okay, it would have been pushed down in there. It would have been kind of tough to get the screwdriver in there, but I think I could have done it. But I don't have to use this now because I have this. Okay, so I'm going to use this in this box. And here's something else. You know, they even gave me a little ground screw, and usually one of these screw holes down here, if you look really close, there's threads on them, and I think it's that one. I think it's that one there and this one here. I hold that up there. If I look on there, it looks like that's what it is. And so I'll just have to look, but I think one of those has threads on there that I can put that in there. Okay, yeah, there it goes. See? And that's how you ground it. But a funny thing is, these two screws are going to be right up where the joist is, right? So what I could do is drill a hole into the joist straight up, or maybe one of my mounting screws, you know, well, I got a mounting screw up there. Maybe I'd back it off just a little bit and put the ground screw or the ground wire on there and screw it tight. Technically they say you're not supposed to do that, but you know, I've seen people do it before. We'll just have to see. And here's something cool I wanted to show you. Okay, most pancake boxes, they have the threaded area. Okay, here's the two threaded areas, and that's what's going to hold your ceiling fan. Okay, but on most pancake boxes, just standard ones, the thread area is only from here to about there. And those are the ones you don't really want to use for a heavy ceiling fan. you get a pancake box like this and go over where the ceiling fans are and see all the different types of boxes they have for ceiling fans. Because what happens, see this threaded area, see how long it is? There's threads from here all the way down. So when you put the threads up, you have all that extra holding power from here down. Before it was only maybe a 1/16 to an 1/8 of an inch thick, and that was the only threaded area you have. So can you see, and they gave me some mounting screws, can you see that when you put that screw in, and I screw that all the way down, okay, I've got all of that thread power holding the ceiling fan. That's what I like about these pancake boxes, okay? Now you know. Okay, so really quickly, this ceiling joist is about here, from left to right. 24 inches over from there is right about in there. From left to right is where the next joist is. That's where I'm going to cut. I'm going to have to probe and find the center of the joist and all that. And then I'll put my pancake box up there, measure it, cut it out. And so I got to fish my wire all the way over there. From here, I've got to drill a hole through this joist, right? And then I've got to fish the wire over to this other box. And I'm only going to have a little bit of a hole right there that I have to fish to. So it's going to be kind of tricky. And I don't think there's any insulation in here in this ceiling joist. There's nothing up in here, so chances are there's nothing over here. And I already poked on the ceiling, and sure enough, right up in here was where the next joist is. So this is the only tricky thing. From here, okay, I'm going to take a flexi bit and I'm going to go in there. I'll show you that in a minute. I don't know what's on the other side of this joist. I hope that there's not a wire stapled on the side of the joist going from left to right, or a copper water plumbing pipe going from left to right, just on the other side of the joist. When I drill a hole, I tag it and water pours all over the place because I can't see up in there. So as I drill the hole, I'm going to try to be careful so that when I feel that I'm going through all the way, I kind of stop the drill and maybe kind of be real gingerly about it. But if I hit something, worst case scenario, if I hit something on the other side of that joist right here, I'm going to have to cut this sheetrock out and do what I have to do to fix whatever is up there, and then tape it, top it, texture it, prime it, paint it. I'm hoping that's not going to happen. You're going to see what I see. Don't worry. Now here's just a quick tip for you. If you got two light fixtures, kind of like how this one was wired, and if you don't have a nice little construction like mine, you know, 15, 20 bucks at the hardware store, you can get one of these too. I use that for lots of different projects, and especially right now because there's no light in here. That's how I'm able to bring this video to you. But if you want, I've got the light switch turned off still. I can connect the black to black under a wire nut, the white to white under a wire nut, and the ground to ground. So put the 3 wire nuts back up there, then I can turn the light switch on, and voila, this light will go on. Okay? Remember that.